My name is Silas, and my friends and colleagues know two very important things about me. I'm a conductor, and I love coffee, especially espresso. No matter where I travel in the world, the first thing I try to do is find the best coffee shop and learn about the local coffee drinking habits. If I can, I try to meet up with old friends or make new ones in a coffee shop, of course, so we can talk about life, art, music, or whatever's on our minds. I found that there's no better way to get to know a conductor a little better than by having coffee with the maestro. Today I'm having coffee with Marco Buccolo. Marco is an Italian conductor. He's the music director of Musicainattessa Ensemble, and he works with professional and youth orchestras all across Europe and in Asia. He's a performer, he's a music educator, he's a super nice guy, and he lets me practice speaking Italian. Allora, prendo un espresso, dunque posso parlare con Marco. Buongiorno maestro, come va?
Buongiorno, tutto bene. In Italia cerchiamo di ricominciare la normalità, ricominciare a vivere in modo normale e poco per volta.
Bello, bello. Ma penso che dovrei dire buon pomeriggio là, no?
Buon pomeriggio, sì, sono le 17, il mio caffè è già un caffè molto avanzato, molto in avanti.
Sì, sì.
Io
Ma
normalmente...
è normale, non è in Italia bere un caffè dopo mezzogiorno, per esempio?
Sì, a dopo pranzo sicuramente caffè espresso normale e poi a metà pomeriggio i medici non sono tanto contenti se uno beve troppi caffè nella giornata, però a chi piace, a chi piace.
Ma per me è bello, prendo un caffè tutte le mattine e quasi ogni giorno nel pomeriggio adesso.
Sì, è una piccola pausa, poi il caffè, se piace, io penso che sia un buon momento di tranquillità. In Italia purtroppo c'è una abitudine forse un po' troppo veloce. Se uno ha voglia di un caffè, entra in un bar sulla strada, prende il caffè velocemente, 2 minuti e poi va via.
Bellissimo.
E invece a me piace molto come in Germania. Uno si siede tranquillo, può leggere il giornale, può parlare con le persone e quindi è molto bello come clima. Infatti poi io vado sovente in Germania e mi piace andare nelle pasticcerie o nei caffè perché proprio c'è un clima di tranquillità. Ecco. Per esempio c'è un caffè molto bello a Stuttgart, nella via centrale di Stuttgart. A un certo punto c'è sulla sinistra una chiesa, la chiesa cattolica, e lì vicino c'è un grande caffè, però è anche una libreria e anche una galleria d'arte, e ci sono proprio delle stanze apposta per poter parlare con qualcuno se uno ha bisogno, e quindi veramente molto tranquillo, molto silenzioso, anche se proprio nel centro della città, però è veramente...
Bello.
Bene.
Ma devo dire che preferisco i caffè in Italia o Francia, per esempio,
Ah,
perché
ah,
non
per,
lo
ah,
so
per-
perché.
Vabbè,
Perché il caffè è meglio, non è?
il caffè, sì, in Germania è difficile trovare il caffè espresso fatto come in Italia,
È
ovviamente.
un po' più
Allora,
come caffè americano,
sì, io lo
che non mi
prendo
piace
un po'
molto.
e va bene. Sì, ma è buono se tu prendi il caffè al German coffee, insomma, con una torta, con qualche biscotto, è molto buono anche. Qui, invece il caffè italiano normalmente è proprio really short, e insomma, a questo punto c'è bisogno di qualcosa poi da aggiungere intorno per bere. Infatti,
Sì, ma il caffè piccolo ha tutte le caffeine, non è?
ah sì, sì,
Ah, è
sì,
uguale.
sì. No, no, è uguale,
Allora,
uguale.
maestro, grazie mille per lasciarmi
No,
parlare italiano
no,
perché
se vuoi.
che mi piace parlare italiano molto, ma penso
No,
che
perfetto.
forse we should speak English now.
Okay, we
It's
just
okay
switch
with
now.
you? Yeah.
Okay, of course. I hope my English will be enough because I told you that my English is a homemade countryside English.
If not, we can go back to Italian or German if you like. I don't care.
Oh, okay. No, just if we don't understand enough, and so it's better eventually to switch again. Okay.
Yes. So
Well,
now you're at your house in Alba, non è?
yeah, I'm in Alba, and that's my home studio. And in my, I don't live here just to study, to play, and to record. I have all my record equipment and my instrument, harpsichords and pianos, and my batons, of course, my scores. And you can see in the back of me a little spinetta. You
Ah,
know.
bello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neupert Spinetta.
And
And
Marco, do you specialize in early music? Is it the
no,
reason you have a
no,
harpsichord or no?
no. Just I play it because I play continuo also
Oh, I see.
in my chamber groups and conduct and continuo. I'm not specialized in early music because I normally perform Italian early music like conductors did in the 70s. So not with original instruments, but with modern instruments, and not with without all that kind of philological details. Well, for me, any kind of music can be listened in the performance of our times.
Yes.
And so I think that I prefer to have a good performance of early music in our ear and not trying to connect with the past because we don't understand, we don't know how did this music sound.
Yes.
In fact. And so that's why my spinetta is not a copy of an original instrument, but is a almost modern spinetta by Neupert, and I have an harpsichord by Lindholm, and these instruments are I think that they were built in 1970, 75, not more. And of course, not good for philological performances. Okay.
Oh, and I have a lot of respect for the specialists because
Yeah.
they try to make early music with real integrity.
Yeah.
However, I think if Johann Sebastian Bach were alive today, he would almost prefer modern instruments. No?
Yeah. But that's one reason, of course. But I think that to be a real expert of this kind of performance, you must really connect with another word. But in my life, I conduct Brahms, Beethoven, and Mozart, yes. And so I can't switch so much between these two words, and so I can understand. I'm performing Mozart, and I think, of course, how did Mozart think about his music? What was the sound? But I'm sure that I can't do the same sound of Mozart period. So I try to connect with the spirit more than with the sound. And the feeling of beauty in that time. And I think, I love so much Mozart because with Mozart you can feel the love of life, the love of beauty, and he was really fond of life. I think he was loving life so much, and so I think that this is the spirit we must find them there. And now I was listening to some performances of Brahms symphonies. And I was comparing some conductors I love so much. But in every conductor, I think that, you can like more Karajan, more Sawallisch. I don't know which of them you like best. But everyone could get the spirit of Brahms with one only question: what's the life? What's the life in the mind of Brahms? What's the beauty of life? What's the goal he wanted to get in his life? And so all this kind of thinking, and you can think, you can listen in the Brahms symphony. There are joy explosions also, but also something inside, problems and questions. And well, I think that the spirit, and we can connect also between conductors is easier, in my opinion, to connect if we think in the spirit of the composers. And so, well, philology, of course, is important, but I think that philosophy is better.
Yes, and I love reading about the lives of the composers, because when I'm studying a Brahms symphony, for example, I've been studying Brahms symphonies this year again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, but when you read about what was happening in his life in this summer or the winter before, or what happened with Clara 2 years earlier, or with Joachim, for example, you really get an idea. Oh, this movement is not joyous; it's something else. It has anxiety. Or this movement. Why did the Fourth Symphony end minor? Mm-hmm. Why did he take 20 years to write the First Symphony? You know, these questions. When you read about the lives, you see the things that are not in the notes.
Yeah. And so I was talking about this kind of nuance of half tones also in the music with a friend of mine. This friend of mine is a Gregorianist, and it's really he conducts and he studies handwritings and so and so. And we were thinking about one thing, because you know that in Gregorian chant there is not a diapason. You have not A4/4 or something like this to connect the melody. The melody is something really, really moving, because you can tune a melody one day beginning from the C and one day beginning from the G, and it's not a problem for this. Yes. So, because the problem is the feeling of the whole intonation inside. So we were speaking about this change of the diapason throughout the years, and he was thinking to use the 4-2-3 diapason and not the 4-4-2. And we were talking about this because maybe also to play with another diapason in symphony music means to have another feeling, another kind of sound. Mm-hmm. And I didn't it in my life. I didn't play with another diapason different from the normal. In the orchestra, I was connecting, but sometimes I feel that some kind of tuning the orchestra is really, really, really sharp, but in the same of raw. And I would like something rounder, something. So of course you can work on mixing the sound and ask more from the basses or another position in the strings or some other position in the winds too. But I think that sometimes the diapason is really important for this kind of feeling the music. Maybe not the 4-1-5, just half tone flat, but maybe 4-4-4 or 4-3-5 or 4-3-2. I think that is important to try sometimes to do it. Yeah, and we were talking about this. He was impressed because this growing of the diapason in the years was really, really really fast from the 40s to our times. In almost 70 years, the diapason was really growing in the music. And now I think that many orchestras are tuning on 450, and it's really, really hard, I think.
Yeah, in America, most orchestras are still tuning 440, but
Okay.
it's not unusual to do 442.
Yeah, everywhere in the world, I never conducted in USA, but in Russia, in China, they normally tune 442.
Yeah.
And standard for this. And well, uh, I think that our habits, our tradition, maybe of the orchestras too. And I was my piano tuner was in Turin for a concert. I was tuning the piano for a piano concert, and there was a Japanese orchestra, and they wanted 450, and he refused. He refused to tune the piano because he said, "Well, I'm doing some damage, something wrong," and so he refused to tune.
Oh my. Well, I don't know if you know, my instrument is guitar.
Okay.
So for me to tune, normally I pick up the guitar, I tune the strings relative, and then I play, and I almost don't know what.
Okay.
I can hear if it's high or low, but I don't know if it's 445 or 432.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just play it as it is. If I'm playing with others, then of course I tune 440.
Yes, of course. This kind of arguments are all about some details, maybe of physical in music. But I feel that when you're performing, you are conducting. I do sometimes. I do like this. I just close my eyes and I focus on on the whole sound, on the global sound of the composition, and I try to find the really vibration on my skin and how the sound is around my body. Because I think that the audience feel like this. I remember the first time I was in front of orchestra. I was in my admission exam at the academy, and when I did this exam I was studying composition, because you know that in Italy we must study first composition and then conducting.
Yes.
As a kind of tradition in Italy. Well, and the admission for conducting was the harmonic dictation. And we did it, and then there was there was a talk about orchestration, but it was about composing mainly, and then there was a meeting with the orchestra, and I remember the first impact with the big symphony orchestra. It was really on my skin. It was like a great wind coming to me. And so I remember every concert I do. I remember this kind of sensation, because I think that the audience has the same. If they feel the fresh of the music, also the sound, but they feel the fresh of the music on the skin.
I had the same experience when I am from Texas. I was born and raised in Texas, in San Antonio. And San Antonio has a quite good orchestra, a very good professional orchestra, but it's not world class like Berlin Philharmonic or New York Philharmonic. So I listened to the San Antonio Symphony when I was young, and then the Austin Symphony is a little smaller orchestra. And then when I was 23 years old, I moved to Los Angeles, and I heard the Los Angeles Philharmonic for the first time. They were playing Mahler Symphony No. 5. Mahler Symphony 5 or No. 1? It was Mahler. Mahler 5. And I remember the same feeling, like I felt it in my chest. I was
exciting.
pressed into the seat, and I thought, oh my! I had no idea the orchestra could sound like that. And then I began listening to every concert I could, every orchestra that was on tour. And then later I traveled in Europe and lived in New York City. In New York City, you hear every great orchestra come every year. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good sensation. But I think that is the same sensation you have when you feel a moment, a second of real beauty. Yes. And sometimes I felt in my life something like this. Sometimes you can focus on a situation here and now, and you are feeling that that's the perfect moment. That's a moment of perfection. That the moment you wanted to have for all your life, and also in performing. I feel something like this almost at the end of the concert. I don't know if this kind of situation happened to you too. When I go on my concert always by heart. I have no score in never.
Always.
Yeah, always.
Wow.
Yeah, and
you're brave. Because you're very courageous.
No, well, of course, but there is only solo concert with the score.
Yes, okay.
Everything else without a score.
Okay.
And anyway, almost 5 minutes before going in the hall, and I have a total break. Like I forget everything.
Okay.
Something, and this happened in my life every time. So, now I know, and I'm not afraid of it, and so I know that 5 minutes before I'm totally clean in my mind,
yes.
and so I did. Okay, now let's go. It's time to go. And I go on the podium and bow to the audience, bow to the orchestra, and I tell myself, let's see at the end of the concert. Let's meet at the end of the concert.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes, and someone tells me that. In the concert, I change my face. I change my normal face in something else, and really transformed.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
then, at the end of the concert, the last bars, the last 8-10 bars, and I normally try to get a long silence at the end of the performance, not the cheers immediately, not the yes. audience, but a silence. And this silence for me is the moment of the beauty, because because you feel that something is connecting with your body and is remaining inside, and then let's go to finish all the performance. So and of course, at the end, I'm connecting with myself again. But really, I feel really in the music when I'm conducting in performance, and that's a particular kind of connecting, I think, with the beauty. And I like so much.
You talk about beauty a lot. And before we were speaking before about your website, you have a quote on your website. Can you tell me about that again?
Yeah, conducting is sharing our best passions.
Yes.
Because connecting is not a way of dominate but is a sharing. And I was so happy to conduct in abroad, because I could meet some different views of the music. Mm-hmm. And I could conduct in Russia, and I see that they have a tradition. I could conduct in China, and I see that they they want to learn so much of the Western music, and so some different kind of connection with the music. But in every country, I was trying to share, and sharing is to understand what's their kind of feeling, not only mine kind of feeling the music, and understand the point they can get, and where we can connect to get a view of the score, to get a general view of the score, and to bring them all together to that point. So I think that every performance could be different, because on the rehearsals you can build different kind of sounds, different kind of situation. But what's together, what's the point of unity in all of these things is the beauty, because we felt in German the Sehnsucht. we feel the Sehnsucht of beauty. Any one of us all over the world needs the beauty of the life.
And do you think that from culture to culture around the world, the idea of beauty is more or less universal? It's the same?
Well, maybe the roads are different. The roads to get it are different. But I think that the beauty is one for all the people. I think that people in the world maybe don't, that peace in the world is a great problem. Anyway, but sometimes I think that peace could be more possible, not about politics, not with the politics, maybe not with religions, maybe, but I think that art could be a real good point to connect people and get the unity and get the peace, because art is a beauty, and everyone in the world has this goal, because we dream the beauty in all our life. And so, well, I try also to teach this to my students, because sometimes they see in the music maybe a career, maybe something really fashion for their life, I don't know, to get success, and well, I don't know. But I think that we are lucky to make music, to can conduct, to can play, because we are every day on the path of the beauty. And so I think is a real luck for our life.
Yes,
and not every job can do it. No. And so really we have a gift. We have a great gift.
Beautiful.
So,
Maestro, we're running out of time, but I thank you so much for having coffee with me. Grazie mille ancora, e aspetto, vedo l'ora quando possiamo parlare ancora.
Of course, certo, molto volentieri, grazie.
Allora, ciao ciao.